at the second advanced workshop in climate change economics here at UC Berkeley, where we bring together leading researchers on the topic of climate change economics to exchange their latest research, present their newest ideas, and discuss the state of the art in this field.
Climate economics is a big field. It involves questions of how the economy responds to changes in climate, and it involves questions about how we should construct optimal climate policy. There's been this realization that climate really is a problem that we need to solve, and we need to solve it now.
Kind of classic quote that this is sort of the biggest externality we've ever seen. We use fossil fuels everywhere, and this affects everybody, so it's something important to tackle.
It's one of the things that comes out of a conference like this is policy papers that will help move along the policies that we have, both in California, but also nationally.
I am studying the environmental justice consequences of California's cap-and-trade policy. We find that cap-and-trade helped to close the gap between disadvantaged communities and non-disadvantaged communities, which is super important in terms of policy.
I'm an environmental economist. I've looked a lot on how the climate and weather impacts agricultural output and prices. Climate change might do what the government has tried to do for decades, limiting supply, thereby driving up prices.
I'm trying to study how technology responds to the novel threats posed by environmental damage. The kind of equilibrium, in the lingo, endogenous responsive technology to all these huge reallocations in production and productivity around the world is really important for quantifying the long-run effects of climate change and thinking about the ways humanity will adapt to those challenges.
So I'm really interested in understanding how the energy industry responds to environmental regulation, whether it be climate or local pollution related, and then thinking about how those responses look across different income groups.
This is a fantastic opportunity for junior researchers that have not yet established their name in this field to meet senior researchers, faculty and professors, and show them their work and get feedback from them.
The main researchers that publish on this topic are like here in this room, which makes it really exciting.
I'm a PhD student, so it is great to see some of the stars of the field here and present and give me comments about my presentation.
Having the opportunity to present a paper on energy and climate policy at Berkeley in particular is an excellent opportunity.
Berkeley is actually the leading place right now for climate economics research. It's playing a central role. It has terrific people, and it's great to come here.
The social science matrix really has been invaluable support for us to get this from an idea that a couple of faculty had to a regular established place where climate change economics can happen. We're really the only place that organizes a regular meeting that is focused and specifically targeting climate change economic questions.
Being right there in the home of kind of all these scholars working on these problems at different angles, and that's the kind of thinking that's obviously going to lead to the most exciting and innovative research.
It's always a pleasure to work with other colleagues at Berkeley and to see the work that's done, and to come to workshops like today's where a lot of outstanding scholars are assembled.
You have both economists and you have also scientists. You're working on sort of topics that I think sort of span a lot of the natural and social sciences as well.
Yeah, the main solution to climate change is going to come from this interdisciplinary work that we can find in events like this.
We've been really lucky over the last couple of years to get generous support from Sarah Miller-McCune for our endeavor here. And the funding has really enabled us to run these workshops and bring together these leading climate economists in one place and exchange ideas. It has emerged as, I think, the leading climate change economics research place really in the United States and probably in the world.